Today's Cafe Critter comes with a pretty good story. His name is Kwnny. Hi, Laura Clark from the Whatcom Humane Society.
Good morning.
Kwnny is a guinea pig who's only, 6 months old?
He's just a baby, he's a little camera shy.
Yeah, he's kind of skittish.
He is. He's a little under-socialized, but is he a handsome little dude or what?
Yeah.
You know, it's baseball season. If
Right.
I were his mom, I would get a little tiny Mariners hat, and I would put it on him because that would just be fun.
Where do you get a guinea pig-sized Mariners hat?
You know, the internet, you can get just
sure.
about
Yeah,
anything.
good point.
Google it, folks.
Right.
Guinea pig baseball caps. So, no, this little guy is just one of many small animals we have in our small animal room right now. Actually, the room, as I left this morning, I said to our animal care manager, this room is full and it needs a deep clean.
Yeah.
And she was like, I know, but there's just so many animals. It's so hard to keep up with it. And there's a reason when we built our shelter a few years ago that we had to build a small animal room. And it's because of all of the small animals we get. I mean,
Where do they
everything.
come from?
Well, I mean, we get everything from, the bunnies, the classic Easter bunny, to birds and guinea pigs and domestic rats and hamsters and mice and reptiles. I mean, tarantulas, anything and everything you can think of. And unfortunately, there is a pretty big market out there for small animals. You can buy them on the internet, but there are also the larger chain pet supply stores still sell these animals. And so we want to kudos to the local stores, the mom and pop stores out there who make a commitment not to sell animals because really they are helping pet overpopulation in our community. And I understand why the larger stores do it because it's product to them. And then, of course, you sell the cages and all the accessories that go with them.
Make a pretty penny.
But a few weeks ago, I was having a discussion with one of the store managers at one of these stores about small animals in general and why we have a small animal room. And he was telling me that he didn't think that his store played any part in the reason that we get these animals, and went on, very, very nice man, but went on and on telling us how, he and his staff screen applicants and would turn people away if it was inappropriate. And again, very well-meaning gentleman just doing his job, but I wanted to put that to the test.
Okay.
So I sent last week 2 of our very young-looking staffers posing as college kids into the store. I handed them $40 cash, and I said, make up a couple names and go see what you can get. And they came back 20 minutes later with Kwnny, who we've named after said store manager. It's an honor to have a shelter animal named after you, by the way. It's an honor.
Dave and I have had that happen, and
It's
I
an
have
honor.
to say it is. It's an honor just to be nominated.
And I want to say that the store couldn't have been cleaner, the animals well cared for, the staff lovely, delightful, personable, great customer service skills. But the fact remains that when you're still thinking of animals as product, you just...
You move it. You got to move that product. Anybody who's come asking for that product gets it.
You're adding to the pet overpopulation problem. You just are. And luckily, Kwnny ended up at the Whatcom Humane Society, but he could have ended up anywhere.
Sure. Kwnny could be food for
a snake,
a larger Kwnny.
And so, it just goes to prove the point that, until we as a society start valuing these little animals a little better, we're still going to have a small animal room at the Whatcom Humane Society.
Okay, so what happens if a couple of college kids come into the Humane Society and they want to get a guinea pig? How is it different?
Well, first and foremost, we have them fill out an adoption application.
Okay.
And it tells us a little bit about them, including their housing situation. So if they rent, or say this time of year, it's especially, so if they've just moved into the dorms, guess what?
Yeah.
What's going to happen when you try and sneak this guinea pig into your dorm room at the end of the year when mom and dad don't want you coming home with the guinea pig?
Right.
Where's the guinea pig going to go?
Right.
So we check landlord approval.
Oh, awesome.
We call the landlord and say, we have these 2 people here. They're interested in adopting an animal. Are you okay with that?
Right. Or what happens when a group situation comes in and there's like 4 roommates who invest in an animal, and then at the end of their lease, it's like, well, I don't want it. I'm not taking it.
Exactly. And that happens all the time, too. Who's adopting the animal? Right. We all are. Really? Okay.
All right.
Again, well-meaning folks. So we will require that we meet the entire household, and one person is making the commitment to that animal. A lot of times, if it is a younger person and we know they're going home for the summer, we'll call mom and dad. and
Right.
say, hey, mom
Right
and
on.
dad want a guinea pig because you're planning on bringing this guinea pig home on holidays and through the summer. So we really do our very best to screen people and place animals into the most appropriate homes.
Because you're looking for a lifetime home,
Right.
not
Absolutely.
for have a pet for a while
You
kind
want
of
it to
home.
be the most
Absolutely.
positive experience for everybody.
Well, you need it to work for the adopter and
Yes,
the animal.
yeah.
And that doesn't mean that young folks don't make great adopters.
Sure.
They do. But again, it's that impulse buy. You walk into the store, and who doesn't want the cute animal in the store?
Right.
I do too.
Staring back at you, looking at you
Right.
longingly.
So it was just, it was an unfortunate situation. I'm glad we did it. It was a real lesson for our staff and hopefully a lesson for the store that, I know that they have a job to do and they answer to corporate offices and it is what it is, but it's just a lesson that there is a reason that, thank goodness, humane societies like the Whatcom Humane Society and other humane societies are out there, because what happens to the plight of the
Right.
the abandoned small animals.
Okay.
So
Now,
we are
Does
hoping-
Kenny know that that you sent people into the store?
He does.
The other Kenny, the manager Kenny?
He might now. And again, lovely people.
Sure.
Sure.
Well-meaning, very clean store.
Nothing against them as people, but
Right.
maybe best practices aren't being
Right.
followed.
And I'll say this little guinea pig is going to make a great companion for somebody that's ready to make that lifetime commitment to him. He is a little nervous. He hasn't done that weep, weep, weep thing that guinea pigs do yet.
Right.
I think he's kind of just figuring it out. But he would love a home where he can just receive lots of extra handling, dark leafy greens, roomy cage kept clean, stuff to chew on, and plenty of love and TLC.
Okay. Well, Kenny's got an interesting story, and he's a good-looking guinea pig, and he
is.
needs the right home.
He's got the cutest ears ever. Just so cute.
If the right home is yours, then go meet him at the Whatcom Humane Society.
I'm sorry, Dave. He, along with many, 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 many,
many
other small
others.
animals, are looking for great homes right now.
Laura Clark from the Whatcom Humane Society, thank you.
Have a great week.